Did you know you can have a highly productive day without finishing a single task? It's true. You just have to be clear on what exactly it is you're trying to get done. Let's talk. When I took fluid dynamics in college, I was one of 3 students who actually passed the class. It was me, a civil engineer, and a petroleum engineer. Now, civil engineering and petroleum engineering, these are disciplines where you actually need to work with fluid dynamics, how fluid flows through pipes and in and out of basins. It was highly relevant for them. These students passed the class with high A's, like 96, 97%, no sweat. I squeaked through by the skin of my teeth. This was not in my wheelhouse at all. It was just by sheer force of will and determination that I made it through. And I made it through with an 89.6% for the class. Now that rounded up to 90%. I got an A, yay. I just wanted to pass it so I didn't have to take it again. The fact that I got an A, that was just gravy on the biscuit. Now there was another class that I took in college, some music appreciation class, which is a general curriculum humanities credit, that I didn't feel it was worth putting the time and energy into getting an A in that. I got a C, that was it. Done, moved on. Done was better than perfect. That was my win condition. Just pass the class so I could move on. We're taught from a young age that things have to be perfect before we're done. It's not intentional, it's just something that we accidentally pick up on. If we're not careful, we can teach our kids the same thing just as unintentionally. Can I go outside and play? No, not until you're done. As in 100% done with your homework. Can I have dessert? Not until you finish your broccoli. Now, most parents will readily admit that that gets negotiated from 100% down to 2 or 3 bites, and you're good. Work before play. Needs before wants. We budget for things like housing and utilities and food before fun things, like the latest game console or a day at the spa or a trip to New Zealand so we can see all the places where they filmed Lord of the Rings. We stay up late just to get one more thing done. We send the kids outside to play so they don't bother us because they might be done with their stuff for the day, but we still need to balance the checkbook. So grabbing a sword and joining them in their swashbuckling adventures is just going to have to wait. Now, if you're sensing a pattern here, you're right. As an adult, the work is never done. There's always something else that we need to do, right? It never stops. Dogmatically postponing play until we've finished all of our work sounds great in theory, but it doesn't work in practice. If you're not working, you start feeling guilty because there's something else that I should be doing. And so sooner or later, usually sooner, we start to resent the work because it's keeping us from having any fun. And so we start finding ways to subvert ourselves and escape into quadrant 4. But we know that there's something we should be doing so we can't relax and enjoy ourselves. It's not true rest and relaxation in quadrant 2. Instead, what we need to do is define a win condition for our day. Okay, think about the Ivy Lee method. The way the Ivy Lee method works is you have a prioritized list of what you need to do. You start with the most important thing and work your way down. What does it matter whether you finish your list or only get halfway through or through the top 3 things or spend all day working on the first thing without ever finishing it? You end the day knowing that you have worked on the most important thing you could be doing. That's the right thing to do, right? This is where the Ivy Lee method starts to give way to ABC prioritization. You have your A tasks, which are the critical things, or things that are really going to change the game and move things forward. You got your B tasks that, you plan on getting to them. They're expected, but they're not as critical. And then you got the C tasks, which, if you get to them, great, but if not, don't worry about it. You were never really committed to doing those. Your A tasks can represent your win condition for the day. If you get through those and nothing else, you've won. And maybe you don't get all the way through your A tasks. Maybe you just get through one of them, but it's the most important thing. Now, there are days where you don't get through anything that was on your task list. And maybe that's because one task just took too long. Maybe you got too interrupted. Maybe it's because life happened and what you finished the day is nothing like how you started the day. So every day as you're planning, ask yourself what the win condition is. That's the point that you need to strive for and really try to get to. Focus on getting there. If you make it, great, that's awesome. If you don't, that happens. There are days like that. Regroup, tomorrow's another day. You can try for it again. And when you do reach your win condition for the day, you've won right there. If you want to keep on going, that's great. You've won the day. Keep the momentum going. You've got this. You're rocking it. And it's okay to ease up a little bit at that point. You've won. Anything else you accomplish is just gravy on the biscuit. Hi, thanks for watching. I'm Colter Reed. I'm here to help you get the day-to-day out of the way so you can stop chasing the dream and start living the dream. If you want to know more, subscribe and ring the bell so you'll get notified whenever new videos are available. If you thought this video was useful, why don't you give it a thumbs up? That'll help other people discover it. Before you go, why don't you check out this video? YouTube thinks you'll enjoy it. Or go read a chapter of a book. That's a win too. Stay sharp.